The newest episode of The Last of Us has featured one of the most terrifying abominations to ever grace the small screen. The Bloater, a massive armor-plated infected monster, has made its live-action debut, and I gotta tell you, they absolutely nailed it. Today's video is going to pair quite nicely with our video on the Infected from a few weeks ago, along with the history of Fedra and the Firefly, so if you haven't checked those videos out, check them out now. You will receive college credit for doing so. Key issues cannot guarantee any type of college credit. We are literally YouTubers. We have no idea how that would even work. Thank you. Today's video is on the thickest infected of the land, the Bloater, so come and join me as we descend into hell. Despite the fact that most of the internet is generating the same misinformed article over and over again, the infected are not zombies, and a bloater is not some form of a super dummy thick infected zombie. A bloater is one of the rarest types of infected amongst the different versions of infected that exist within this world. The exact scenario that causes a bloater to form are unknown. The show may dive into this later, or they might attempt to explain it, but within the game world the exact scenario isn't really known to the player. As my video on the infected laid out, the length of time a human host has been infected without the body being destroyed is what determines the form that infected takes. The longer the infected exists, the more dangerous it becomes as the mutation spreads and it becomes more deformed and powerful. Like I said before, the exact scenario that causes a bloater to form is unknown, but the amount of time that needs to pass before this occurs is significant. Specifically, years need to pass. To go from a human to infected to clicker can take upwards of 2 years. Becoming a bloater would take significantly longer than that. We're talking probably somewhere between 5 and 10 years easily. Bloaters are massive infected that possess tremendous physical strength. They are the wrecking balls of the infected. In the game series, Joel and Ellie first encounter one in a gymnasium. While obviously they are able to destroy the infected and flee, it's one of the scariest fights in the initial part of the game, as you're not exactly loaded with supplies or weapons. Bloaters appear to weigh upwards of about 400 pounds, depending on how much thick armor plating they have on their bodies, which acts as body armor protecting them from most types of firearms. Additionally, they have sacks of myotoxin on them that they rip off and throw at you like some type of godforsaken water balloon. Much like clickers, bloaters are completely blind and they hunt their prey similar to bats using echolocation. However, due to their tremendous size, they are significantly slower moving than other infected. But don't worry, because being slower doesn't mean that they're shambling idiots. As you can see in the episode, they are easily able to run down humans and absolutely wreck shop. The thick fungal armor on their bodies makes their echolocation significantly shittier than their clicker counterparts, so their echolocation suffers from that, but in scenes of extreme chaos like the show, it won't matter because they basically run towards the nearest living thing and kill it. The presence of a bloater is a terrifying prospect within this world. They're incredibly difficult to kill, and it's actually easier to abandon an area than to expel virtually all of your resources trying to kill one. In the game series, there are notes where entire areas are abandoned simply because a bloater was discovered there. But, Joel and Ellie, they don't care. They welcome the onslaught of these nightmarish abominations. The god of death must earn the right to take them, and what do we say to the god of death?
Not today, you New World Order jackboot fucks.
In the game series and guides to the game, it lists them as being weak to fire, which is ridiculous because basically everything living is weak to fire. It's like one of our things. But the best way to kill them is using a combination of weapons like Molotov cocktails or a flamethrower, which weakens their armor plating, and a heavy slug shotgun. Regular bullets or melee weapons can kill them, but without fire you're basically asking to die. They are also incredibly strong, so strong that they can snap your spine in an instant or kill Ellie in a single hit. In the show, you can see a bloater kill a man in one punch. Then lift a fully grown human with one arm and powerbomb them like peak Brock Lesnar, killing them instantly. And last in the episode, we see Perry, who tries a really interesting strategy of seeing if he can stop the bloater by letting him rip his head off of his body and dying immediately. It was a bold strategy, it didn't pay off, so thoughts and prayers to Perry. And that is about everything we know about bloaters. We don't really know if they're going to get any explanation on the in-world creation of these behemoths within the show, but I do anticipate that the bloater we saw in Kansas City is not the last bloater we'll see in the show. There is only one enemy in the series more dangerous than the Bloater, and I doubt we will see that variant of infected before the season is over. Those of you who know what that is, feel free to sound off in the comments section below. That is about it for this video. I hope you learned a lot, and if you did, feel free to like and subscribe. This has been Nick with Key Issues. Thank you so much for watching, and remember the motto, The Last of Us over everything.